So if your budget is low, you have a budget of under £100 to spend on gifts for 10 family members, then that's just going to mean that you're going to spend £10 per head on Christmas gifts this year. It's not going to be the fancy hampers that they're used to getting from you. But you know what? You can use COVID as an excuse. Look, it's a pandemic. I can't afford to be spending the money on these expensive, elaborate gifts for you, family, unfortunately. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Tolu. On this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. If you've watched any of my videos over the last few days, then you'll know that I'm currently attempting to do Vlogmas. So Vlogmas is where you post a video a day in the lead up to Christmas. Now this is video number, I think 4 or 5. I'm not actually sure, but it says it in the title. But I thought it's only right, I'm doing Vlogmas, I need to do a few videos that are related to Christmas. So in today's video, what I really want to do is share with you how you can have a debt-free Christmas 2020. Because I know the temptation is real to spend money that you don't have on Christmas presents for your loved ones, for your children, etc. But trust me, it really isn't worth it. It's not worth getting into debt just to buy Christmas presents and just to please family members. I did a post the other day on my Instagram and it was something I had seen online, and it's so true. The quote said that Christmas is the only time when you buy this year's gift with next year's money, and don't let that be your portion. I really don't want that for you. I don't want you to be paying for Christmas in 2021. What I'm going to do in this video is share with you really practical steps that you can take in order to ensure that you have a debt-free Christmas 2020, so that you're not paying for Christmas next year. It's all paid for, it's all covered, and it's done and dusted before the new year arrives. Okay, so the first step and the first thing that you need to do to ensure that you have a debt-free Christmas is to create a budget. Yes, I know, don't switch off here. I know I'm always banging on about a budget, and that's because a budget is really going to save you money. What you need to do before you spend any money for Christmas this year is decide how much you can afford to spend on Christmas. The ideal situation would be to be putting money aside on a monthly basis so that when Christmas comes, you have that money already set. But if you're not in that position and this is the first time you're even thinking about creating a budget for Christmas or planning to have a debt-free Christmas, then you're just going to have to work with your situation where you are right now. So we're already a few days into December, so I know Christmas is fast approaching, so you're just thinking, I need to get these gifts. But before you do that, before you spend a penny or spend any more money, we really need to get in front of that money and get a plan in place. So deciding how much you have available to spend on your Christmas is the first step. So it might be the case, because you haven't planned in advance for Christmas, you're looking at your bank balance and you're thinking, I don't have enough money to pay for Christmas, I'm gonna have to put it on a credit card. Just stop right there. Don't do it. Don't put it on a credit card. Look at how much you have available right now and work with that. So if you have a £50 budget, then sorry, Christmas is going to cost £50 this year. If you have £100, then you have a little bit more to play with. And if you have £1,000, then that's amazing. Try and find a way to reduce it to £500 and keep that £500 and put it to better use. But with that being said, whatever you have available, once you've paid all your necessities, so you've paid for your 4 walls, your shelter, your clothing, your food and your transport, now we need to think about what we have available to spend on Christmas. So once you know how much you have available to spend on Christmas, then you're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so now we're moving on to the second step. Now we know what your Christmas budget is. We're going to need to break that budget down into subcategories. So it's one thing saying I have £150 to spend on Christmas, but where is that £150 actually going to go? How much are you going to spend on food? How much are you going to spend on experiences? How much are you going to spend on gifts? How much are you going to spend on decorations? You really need to break that £150 down into subgroups so that you know exactly how much you have available to spend on the different Christmas budget areas. If you don't split it up into different categories, all that's going to happen is you're going to end up overspending in certain areas and not having enough money to spend in the other areas, and then you're going to think, I need to put the balance on my credit card. We don't want to do that this year. We really want to do Christmas within our means. We don't want to take on any unnecessary extra debt. We want to manage the money that we have effectively. So if your budget is low, you have a budget of under £100 to spend on gifts for 10 family members, then that's just going to mean that you're going to spend £10 per head on Christmas gifts this year. It's not going to be the fancy hampers that they're used to getting from you. But you know what? You can use COVID as an excuse. Look, it's a pandemic. I can't afford to be spending the money on these expensive, elaborate gifts for you, family, unfortunately. And I think, to be honest, people are going to be really understanding of that this year, because everybody's been going through it this year. I don't think the expectations that people usually have are going to be there this year, because I think people have come to the realization that the most important thing money can't actually buy, our health, our happiness, our family, and our sanity. These are the things that we really need to be prioritizing this Christmas. And I think a lot of people have really woken up to this reality. So I think you will be off the hook, to be honest. That £100 budget, you can probably get away with spending £50 of it on presents for your family and pocketing the rest. Also, if your budget for gifts is very low, you don't have enough money to spend the way you'd want to on Christmas presents, then consider alternative types of presents. I'm actually going to be releasing a video soon sharing some different Christmas gifts that you can get that are not going to cost you any money, or if they do cost you money, they're not going to cost you much at all. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, then you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload that video, and you can watch it and you can get some tips on some amazing Christmas gifts that you can do that are not going to break the bank. Some of the Christmas costs that I've noted are food, drink, gifts, decorations, and experiences and travel. So if there are any other things that I haven't included, you know what the costs associated with it are for you. Write down your list of Christmas costs and see how much you can afford to spend in each category, and make sure that once you deduct all of those categories from the income or the budget that you have available for Christmas, make sure that that balance is zero. So for example, if you had a £100 Christmas budget and you've allocated £20 to the 5 different budget category areas, then the balance of that will be zero. And that's how you want to really allocate your Christmas budget, so that all the money is given an assignment to do and you're not losing any of that budget without realizing. The next step, once you've identified what your different subcategories are, you know exactly how much you're spending for the different Christmas areas, the next thing you want to do is separate that money into different pots. Separate the money in whichever way works for you. So I personally still love using cash envelopes. I also use my Monzo in this way as well. So I have different pots for my different spending categories. So however you can do it so that the money is separated, try and do that, because the risk is that if you don't separate the money into the different spending categories, you're going to end up spending all the money on food or on gifts and not having money left over to spend on the other budget categories. So the next step I would suggest is to track those expenses. So track how much you're actually spending on Christmas. I think this is an activity that we don't do enough of, but I think particularly at times like this, it would be good to track how much you're spending, where that Christmas budget is going, and making sure that you're on track with the budget in which you set. And this will also help with the planning for Christmas 2021, because what we really want to do is, once this Christmas closes, start preparing for next Christmas, so that this time next year you have a bigger budget to play with at Christmas, because you've planned for it and you've saved for it and you're ready and prepared in advance. So you can track it however you want to track it, whether it's just on notes on your phone, Google Sheets, Excel, or you can even use Monzo. You can do tracking in there too. You can use good old-fashioned pen and paper. However you want to do it, whichever method works for you, just try and track your Christmas expenses so that you know exactly how much you spent in the different budget areas, and you know exactly how much Christmas 2020 has cost you. So the next step, step 5, and this is a step that I wouldn't suggest you miss. It's a very important step, because it's one thing saying, yes, this is how much I'm going to spend in different areas, but what you really want to do is get the most bang for your buck. You want to really get that Christmas money stretching and working well for you. And a fantastic way to do this is to shop around. So what you don't want to be doing is last minute orders on Amazon and just buying all the gifts on there and buying all your Christmas bits on there, because you might not necessarily be getting the best deal. So it would be good to look around online, do price comparisons on different price comparison websites, so that you can see how much different sellers are selling the same items for, so that you're getting it at the best price, and that way your money is really getting to work better for you. So these are the 5 steps that I would really recommend that you follow in order to have a debt-free Christmas 2020. I know the temptation really is there to give your kids all the things that you never had as a child. Give your children the Christmas of their dreams, the Christmas that you wish you had as a child growing up. Yes, as a parent, we want the best for our children, but what our children really want, or should I say what our children really need, above all these lavish gifts, is financial security, is their financial future in check and prepared for them. And I think doing things like this, being disciplined, having a debt-free Christmas, sticking to your budget, having a Christmas at a price you can afford, is really going to help you and put you in good standing for preparing you for your financial future. Because there's no point having Christmas today and paying for it next year. What you really want to do is just have a Christmas on a moderate budget that you can afford. At the end of the day, the best experiences don't cost money. The best things in life don't cost money. I think being surrounded by your loved ones, by your family members, enjoying one another, being thankful for the fact that we're all still here. I think these are the things that we really want to focus on and really be mindful of in 2020. Things are just things. Things are not actually that important. So really, if you're on a tight Christmas budget, prioritize experiences over things, because things are perishable and they don't really mean as much as the quality time that you can give to somebody. So that's literally all I have for this video. I just really wanted to encourage anybody out there watching this video not to take on debt to pay for Christmas. Like, I can't stress it enough. It's just not worth it. But with that being said, guys, I'd love to hear your plans for Christmas. How are you able to save money at Christmas? What are your frugal tips and tricks and hacks that you can share with us so that we can learn from each other and apply some of those ideas to our own finances and our own Christmas budgets? Because yeah, we all want to win with our money. We all want to get our money really working for us, and we really want to be thriving as we're preparing for the lead up to 2021. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching another video in my Vlogmas series. I don't know what episode this is going to be, but it's definitely going to be one of the episodes. So I'm so excited that I'm still doing it and I'm still going with it. And I hope you guys are going to stick with me on this journey. If you haven't yet done so, do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so. Share this video with a friend, a family member, a loved one, an enemy. No, not an enemy, but share this video far and wide. And I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.